What I believe we have the opportunity to do as a community is that we have the opportunity to use what makes us, for lack of a better word, sexy to a city slicker, somebody in LA, somebody in Mexico, somebody in Japan. Of our 1.3 million views a month, about half of those are people that don't live on this continent that find what we're doing interesting, right? Now remember, the rest of the world has known the value of a goat for eons and have never forgotten. And what we did is we forgot, and now we're starting to remember. I believe that there's only about 5 or 6 animals that God put on this planet that I call anointed as human companions, right? There's dogs and there's horses, and there's these animals that for some reason deep within us, which I believe as a human that we have this pure entity, a piece of God inside of us, and we're wrapped with a meat sack that's also a blessing. But we have a hard time hearing that voice now because it's muted by our ego and our skin. And so because of that, we've forgotten some of the connection to these anointed animals that God gave to us. And one of those animals is a goat. Now, if you told, I know I'm preaching to the choir, and you guys are like, hallelujah, right? But the reality is, the most of the Americans, if I said that, would go, really? Wasn't that the animal that stunk, did his weird tongue thing, butted my brother, and I was mortified of? And we've demonized through the use of art and associated him with the devil. Is it that animal you're talking about? Yep, that's that animal. And what we know as a community, because not only do we get milk and meat and those sorts of things, but we're choosing their next level expression as an animal and a gift to us in both companionship and that we get a work partner. Now I will tell you that for me, I was so blown away when I got to live amongst a goat as a pet and raise it and coexist with it. But when I got to work alongside it, and he was my partner in achievement or what I was trying to get as a goal, all of a sudden that affinity, that attraction that I had to that animal went up, and him to me. So what we have here is the opportunity to be an example of the highest form of human and animal interaction, which I believe is partnership. Having a pet that gives me love, that's a form of energy exchange. But having a pet that helps to accomplish a task for me because he's bonded with me and we both love one another, that's the anointed piece. That's the gift of God piece. And so I believe that despite the fact that we're all here to learn about pack goats, the beautiful thing is we get to be these stewards of this animal in our community and help to change the way that people think. Because in my opinion, the fact that we can legally own 3 barking, dangerous predators with stinky shit in our backyard, but we can't own 2 little dairy goats that give us milk is absolutely ludicrous. It is absolutely an atrocity that we as an American society think that those kind of decisions are somehow appropriate. And I believe because what we do is so interesting, we as a community have the ability to change that. Now, culturally, as a group, this is not a group of weirdos. This is not a group of people who don't have nice homes. And, you got to remember, everybody sitting here likely owns enough land to raise a goat. You remember that puts you in like the 5 to 10% of Americans that can actually afford to own land. That makes you special in the eyes of the people you interact with. And if you can tell them the value of a goat, then we can change the concept. So don't forget, I hope you enjoyed the video that you just watched. Please click subscribe and make sure that you leave it a comment and share this. One of the reasons we're out here is to try to help people learn how to better take care of goats. And again, we really appreciate you watching.